months ago at Rocket Arco Arena in Sacramento, where the Kings have sold out 222 consecutive games. Nowitzki, Finley, Walker, Marquise, Daniels, and Steve Nash. The Kings with so loud in this building, it hurts your ears, and we are underway, and here is Mike Bibby, who off a 4 of 14 shooting performance in game one takes it and feeds to Vlade Divac.
Well, that was easy. Not a good sign for Dallas. Remember, 50 points in the paint in game one for Sacramento, and if it's going to be that easy, Dallas is going to be in trouble. They've got to take away some of those easy scores.
Steve Nash, Michael Finley coming off a rugged game one, begins the same way. Weber caught it, and here comes Bibby again.
You're going to see Sacramento really make a conscious effort to get that ball inside to their big people. This is where they have the advantage, inside-outside attack.
Bibby with the miss, and here comes Dirk Nowitzki. He was sensational in game one with 32 and a mid-range shot here. He can shoot from all over the floor, but ties the game at 2.
Well, see, that's a difficult matchup. Chris Webber has not the mobility to get out and play him. And then in transition, many times you see Vlade Divac picking him up, so that's going to be a tough matchup for Sacramento.
And Divac again with the 7-foot Nowitzki right there. Rebound by Antoine Walker, and here comes Steve Nash, and everything kind of begins and ends with Nash.
Well, he is a terrific screen roll player, and as I said in our open, Kevin, to me, when these two teams play, whoever wins that battle of point guard, their team normally follows them, and their team wins.
Sacramento wins game one, 116-105. Here comes Stojakovic, the second leading scorer in the NBA. And Nash with the rebound. And as he works into Bibby, he looks inside. Christie knocked it away and vacuumed in by Bibby. Oh, what a pass by Weber! That is the beauty of Chris Webber's game.
Well, he has such a great feel, great hand, sees the floor so well, and it's a very positive sign for Dallas. Antoine Walker in that low post, he struggled in game one, only 3 of 11. He did have 10 rebounds, 7 on the offensive boards, but they need a good game from Antoine Walker tonight. That's why they traded for him in the summer.
And Divac again, they're going to him a lot. This is the jam around Nowitzki's defense. Weber, it's a 3 by Christie.
Weber off to a great start. Great pass to Stojakovic on the break. The offensive rebound, he finds Christie. Christie was marvelous in game one, Kevin.
There's Daniels, the undrafted rookie from Auburn. Rebound by Antoine Walker, picked up before the regular season from the Boston Celtics in a trade.
Well, again, he had 7 offensive rebounds in game one. Dallas is the best offensive rebounding team in the league, so that's critical for Sacramento to defensive rebound the ball.
Bibby and Weber around Nowitzki with a reverse try. Daniels with the Dallas rebound. And Sacramento up by a point and back on defense for the Dallas lead. A 3 by Nowitzki and a rebound by Weber, who clutches on to another. Weber with 3 rebounds and 2 assists to begin the game.
Now, off rebounds, you're going to see Sacramento come down, take a little more time, get that ball inside, get a high-quality shot, not quick jumpers.
Vlade Divac. Sacramento has started 3 of 9. And here comes Finley on a 3-on-2 with the trailing Daniels, who puts it down. And Dallas has gone 4 of 8, and Dallas has their first lead tonight. Rebounding even at 5 to start the game. Six points in game one for Weber inside Doug Christie. Doug Christie truly was the star of game one. 21 points and 11 rebounds.
And 11 assists. He did a wonderful job. He had a defensive sequence there in the 4th period that really helped break the game open. But you see not a lot of conversation with Dallas on the defensive and a lot of mix-ups. That's leads to a lot of high percentage shots in the paint, Kevin.
Nash, Daniels, Stojakovic is there. Divac coming around the side, slaps it away.
Dallas normally takes care of the ball better than anybody in the league, so turnover is something to watch.
Bibby with Nash defending and across the lane and back to Peja. Walker with the rebound and a quick foul on Vlade Divac inside. in a game that has seen the Kings lead by 3 and Dallas by 1.
Well, Chris Webber did a great job. He looked to see what he had ahead of him. So when he caught the ball, he knew Stojakovic was cutting on the baseline. So that play was made by looking ahead even before he caught the pass. I thought Larry Bird used to be the master of that. Seeing what was on the floor, catching that ball was out of his hands.
Here's Antoine Walker, who had a 3 of 11 shooting display in game 1, setting the screen. Nash working around a couple, still finds a double. Walker with a nice deceptive move on a pump fake and a rebound by Stojakovic. 5 points by Christie, leading all scorers in the game so far for Sacramento. Christie played it, Pepperdine with a 3. Hit the 24-second shot clock and ricochets in. You don't see it often. Wipe away the 3. Dallas's ball.
You know, late in the season, we saw a much more aggressive Doug Christie. And I think when he's aggressive, he's one of the most athletic players. When he's getting to the basket, when he's looking for a shot, it opens up a lot of opportunities for his teammates.
Antoine Walker and Steve Nash, who had 13 points in game 1. And Nash comes up with his first 2 tonight. Sacramento losing 8 of 12 coming into the playoffs. Dallas won 8 of 10 to end the regular season. Bibby.
You know, Dallas blocked 11 shots in game 1, but they're not a team that really guards the basket. We see Marquise Daniels with a quick score, but again, Nash pushing the ball up the floor quickly. But Sacramento wants to attack the front of that rim. They want to go to the basket. They want to get to the free throw line. You see, once Bibby gets inside, really nobody there to bother him. Dirk Nowitzki did have 5 blocked shots in game 1 of this series, which was a career high.
Doug, you know, in this matchup, we've got 2 outstanding offensive teams and 2 ordinary defensive teams as Bibby picks up a foul, crashing into Nash. That's the first on Mike Bibby.
You know what I think is going to happen with this game? I think it's going to be the pattern of this series. Neither one of these teams are good defensive teams. So you're not going to see 48 minutes of defense. Who can play 5 or 6 good key minutes of defense when it counts will win this game and will eventually win the series. Because they're not going to play it for 48 minutes. They're incapable.
Yeah. Oh, Dallas would probably say, wait a minute, we can run all game long. 2 games if we have to. Here's Nowitzki working on Christie. Top 5 in steals again. Knocked away from behind. I think Webber got a hand on it. Bibby, Stojakovic, Webber. And they'll reset the offense with Christie catching and firing for 2.
See, I think that's too quick, Kevin. I think against Dallas, you have to fight the urge to take the first good shot you see. Make the extra pass.
Divac with another steal. Bibby against Walker the other way. Rebound by Nash. And Dallas holding on to the 1-point lead. And here comes Steve Nash. And off to Dirk Nowitzki. And that's off the shot clock and out of bounds.
Now, you're going to see that. And each time Sacramento has won the first game and Dallas has come back to win game 2. So they have always bounced back against this team. And I'm sure they're saying no better to do that than tonight, even this series.
The Sacramento Kings have not made any changes out of that break. It goes inside, and Divac again sneaking in. Dallas has not made any changes in their lineups at all.
Well, Chris Webber, again, you take your time, you penetrate, get a little help, and you make the nice bounce pass. How many layups and dunks have we already seen in this game by Sacramento? Kevin, you've got to take away their easy scores.
It's Nowitzki with the great fake on Webber and takes it inside.
What a smooth player. He absolutely is one of the most fun players in the league to watch. Great footwork, great shooting ability, just a great feel for the game.
He's only had 1 3-point hit in this game by Sacramento. Turnovers right now, 3 for Dallas, 2 for the Kings. Inside to Webber, sneaking and finding it.
Okay, another layup. Just take your time, and Dallas will get impatient, and you will get an easy shot.
Every Kings starter has scored. Nash, Marquise Daniels. Inside crashing the board, newly instated Josh Howard. And he goes up, and he can't get it. And Daniels is inside, and a foul. So Dallas playing with 2 rookies right now. And the foul goes on Doug Christie. Let's welcome in the third member of our crew, Pam Oliver.
Hey, Kevin, you know, all anybody talks about with Chris Webber these days is how the Kings seem to have lost some of their potency when Webber came back. Well, given that, I asked him if he felt he had something to prove. He told me, if I let emotions get in the way of trying to prove something now, all the sacrifice I made to come back early wouldn't be worth it at all. He said he just relies on the past. He knows what he can do. Says I've proven enough.
Well, I think, you know, Pam, just to follow that up, is that he knows that all eyes are on him, and it's playoff time, and he's still not 100%. But the thing I love about him, he's out there playing for his team. He could take the easy way out and sit down. He won't do that.
Bibby trying to drive.
Remember, it was game 2 last year against this same Dallas team when he got hurt. So I'm sure there's visions of what happened to him. It was a very serious knee injury, and he's had to work very, very hard to get back to where he is today.
Deja Stojakovic working on the rookie with the rebound by Dirk Nowitzki. In a game that's had a lead change and a couple ties. Dallas +4 in rebounding. And Antoine Walker looking inside. Out of bounds off of Sacramento.
And this was the heartbreak last year that really ended Sacramento's season. Chris Webber going back for a lob. He planted his leg. Had cartilage damage in his knee. They actually did a fracture surgery. It's the same kind of surgery that Allen Houston is struggling with, Jamal Mashburn. And he has worked very, very hard just to get to this level to get back. Kevin, you got to give him a lot of credit.
Brad Miller has come in for Sacramento, and Divac checks out with 4 points and 2 rebounds. And here comes Nash. We're approaching 3 to play in the first quarter. Nowitzki has put in 4, and Howard with the miss. Last year's ACC Player of the Year, Josh Howard out of Wake Forest. Here comes Doug Christie. Dallas is 0 of 4, shooting threes tonight. And Chris Webber inside to Brad Miller, the ex-Indiana Pacer. Trying to go in, kicked by Nowitzki. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
It will be very interesting to see the contributions of Brad Miller, such a big part of this team. This is a very difficult team for him to match up with. You rotate over and get him, and then count on your teammate then to rotate over and help you, but they're not going to let him shoot those shots.
The Mavericks have yet to commit a foul. And only 1 substitution so far for Sacramento with 2 seconds to shoot. Doug Christie nails a 2, and Miller is in for Divac, as we told you. Finley on the bench, the 2 rookies in for Dallas, along with Nowitzki, Nash, and Walker. Mavericks have missed their last 4 shots, both teams shooting about 40% in this first quarter. Daniels, and a rebound by Antoine Walker. One of the top rebounders on this Dallas team, finding the defense of Webber right there. Nowitzki, good fake by Miller, who bites it a 2 by Dirk. Rebound by Chris Webber. He's got 4.
You can see the Mavericks, though. They're sending 5 guys to the offensive boards. They feel like if they can crash in there and get second shots, they can hurt Sacramento. The problem is if you don't get the ball, you open up a lot of fast break opportunities.
Kings have led by 3. Mavericks have led by 1. We've told you we've had lead changes in this game. Stojakovic for 3. 9 lead changes and 3 ties. That's with the miss. Another rebound by Antoine Walker as the shooting of Dallas is dipped to 32%. And a foul called on the play on Daniels.
Antoine Walker is doing an excellent job on the offensive board. As I said before, he had 7 in game 1. Tonight, I think he already has at least 3 offensive rebounds, so they're getting multiple shot opportunities. They're just not cashing in on them.
They have changed the foul from Daniels to Howard, so Howard picks up his first. Sacramento by 1. Here's Miller. And Stojakovic for 3. Rebound by Dirk Nowitzki. Stojakovic has started the game 1 of 6. And Dallas has missed 8 consecutive shots as we go the other way. A foul on Miller, and Nowitzki will be at the line.
This is why it's such a tough matchup for Sacramento's big people. Webber cannot guard Nowitzki in the open court. Brad Miller cannot guard him. Divac cannot guard him. So what happens is they go small a lot, and you see Stojakovic playing him. So the little pump fake, Nowitzki talked about getting to the free throw line more, and that's one thing that Dallas is going to have to do. They're the best free throw shooting team in the NBA. They shoot it at almost 80%. The problem is they don't get to the line enough. In the first game, Kevin, They only shot 19 attempts, and they were 15 of 19, so they need to be able to get that free throw line more often.
Doug Christie's 7 points, leading all scorers. Anthony Peeler checked in for the Sacramento Kings. Dallas staying with their 5, and here comes Doug Christie. He's bounced around. He is in Toronto, a short stint with the New York Knicks. And Chris Webber. He's got 2, and he tries to grind his way inside. And Antoine Jamison is in, and he picks up his first foul.
Well, you can see what Dallas has done now. They've come with Jamison actually now playing as a power forward at the 4 spot to play against Webber. Nowitzki now is playing the 5 position, the center, and they've gone small on the perimeter with Marquise Daniels, Nash, and Josh Howard. So now they're trying to make Sacramento match up to them with Dirk Nowitzki being played by a center.
That is the first free throw attempt and make for the Sacramento Kings. And Dallas is 3 of 4. Get an all-access look at the NBA playoffs. Tune into NBA TV, the playoff show, Destination Finals, every weeknight at 6 p.m. only on NBA TV.
When you play Don Nelson, you have to be continually watching who he has on the floor to make sure you can keep the matchups in your favor, not in his.
Great pass inside Daniels to Nowitzki. Defending is Miller. And a Sacramento foul. Looked like Brad Miller picks up the foul. That's the second on him.
Kevin, and one of the Achilles heels of Sacramento, they are not a good rebounding team on the season. They get out rebounded by almost 3 rebounds a game. They give up a lot of second chance opportunities, and tonight Dallas is being able to stay in this game shooting a very low percentage. They've out rebounded Sacramento by 6.
Nowitzki hits. Mavericks tonight 4 assists on 7 made field goals. The Kings 7 assists on 8 made field goals. Miller is out, and they bring in Sengaila, who is the rookie from Wake Forest. There is Sengaila.
The score at the end of the first period on Sunday, 34-31 tonight, 19 for 19. Neither of these teams are shooting nearly as well as they did on Sunday, especially Peja.
Yeah, he's struggling. Stojakovic 1 of 6. And Webber fans, he is 1 of 3. Anthony Peeler cleans it up. A difference of 6 seconds. The game clock and the shot clock with no fouls to give either way. Christie. Webber with Nowitzki right there for Chris Webber. Looking for Sengaila to get open, but he finds Stojakovic instead. And Stojakovic puts in his 4th point tonight.
When Webber gets the ball, Sacramento cannot stand. They have a tendency when he gets it to stand, their game is predicated on moving.
And Josh Howard, it will not count. They wipe it away. He did not beat the buzzer. Missed their last 9 shots to end the quarter. Nothing from the field for 4.5 minutes of the first quarter. We begin the second. Michael Finley back in the game. Missing a shot there. He's out there with Howard, Daniels, Jamison, and Nowitzki. Sacramento begins the second quarter with Christie at the point. Webber, Stojakovic. They've got Anthony Peeler and Darius Sengaila on the floor. That sets the lineups 30 seconds into the second. Christie. And here's Webber with Jamison and Daniels both defending. Stojakovic open for 3. Again missing, and Stojakovic has started 2 of 8.
See, Josh Howard there rotated off Stojakovic to go to Doug Christie. He's got to fake it, Christie, and stay with Stojakovic. Don Nelson looked at him and said, no, don't leave Stojakovic. You got to know who you're guarding, Kevin.
Combined, these 2 teams tonight have gone 1 of 11 above the 3-point arc. And Webber punches it away with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Now watch here as the ball swings to Christie. Josh Howard leaves him, and now he rotates over and gives Stojakovic the shot. You fake at Christie, stay with Stojakovic, and make Christie shoot the shot.
Nash is on the bench. Here's Finley now, trying to find a pass off, and does to Howard, but did he beat the shot clock buzzer? And Don Nelson said he was fouled as his hand was cocked and ready to fire.
And that's what Blaine Reichel says as well.
Webber picks up the foul inside in a congested lane.
Well, you have to be really impressed with these young 2 rookies, Josh Howard and Marquise Daniels. Both of these young guys, fearless. It appears to me, just watching them play, that when they make mistakes, they don't drop their head. They keep playing. I mean, I loved Josh Howard when he was at Wake Forest. I thought he was a terrific player. I was shocked that he dropped to the last pick in the first round at 29. I mean, he can defend, he's athletic, he can shoot the ball, played in a very tough conference, and then Marquise Daniels has come in as an undrafted rookie. You see the back cut and the miss.
Weber tries to tap in the miss, can't, somehow finds it in that collection of arms and legs inside the lane, and is fouled at the other end. It was a basket and a three-point play by the Dallas Mavericks and Howard.
Keep moving without the basketball. That's what Sacramento does. And here, Weber, you know, so many things are talked about his skills. Kevin, I've always felt like he has the best hands of any big man in the game. This man can catch the ball in traffic. He can pick the ball up. He's strong. And to me, if you talk about his great athletic ability, that's one thing. But to me, his hands right now are his greatest asset.
Howard got the three-point play down here, picks up the foul down this way. Tied at 22. Stojakovic will check out. And here comes Mike Bibby back in the game. Mike Bibby is in the top 20 in assists. He had 14 points and 7 assists in game 1, and a frustrated Peja Stojakovic with 4 points and a 2 of 9 beginning from the floor. And Weber again. Rebound by Daniels.
See, they'll play Daniels a little bit as a point guard. They'll let Nash run off the ball and score. So this is all the different things that this young player can do. A lot of confidence that, you know, Don Nelson normally doesn't feel that way about rookies.
2 top scoring teams in the league, 2 of the best shooting teams from the field in the NBA. Thrown away again with another turnover. 4 for Dallas. Sangala the other way. Nice defense by Michael Finley. You call him the soul of this team. That's the 3rd Sacramento turnover. And Steve Nash back in and running at the offense.
Mismatch here. Nowitzki take his time. He's got the mismatch on Christie. He does, feels it, and just hits a little fadeaway jump shot. He hits, creates great space with his footwork.
Here's Sangala and Anthony Peeler, the #1 three-point shooter in the NBA. The Kings have missed 7 of their last 8 shots. Weber inside and was pushed off balance and out of bounds. It goes. It will be Dallas's ball with 9:43 to play in the first half. Don Nelson in his 6th year as the coach of the Dallas Mavericks. Nowitzki for 3. And picked up by Doug Christie. That's the great luxury the Kings have. Christie can play the point almost as well as Bibby. But that time it was pickpocketed by Nash. Daniels against Bibby the other way and slides in for 2.
Did you see how he took his time? You know who he reminds me of on the floor? Rip Hamilton from Detroit. When I watch him play, he's long. He can get to where he wants to get. He's got that little medium-range jump shot. But this is a young guy who's got a tremendous amount of potential.
Dallas is enjoying their biggest lead on a 7-1 run, and Bibby finds Weber. Back to Bibby with another beautiful pass by Chris Weber.
Well, Chris Weber's holding his team in the game right now. You've got a lot of guys struggling to make shots, and he's getting his team a lot of layups with his passing.
Dallas shooting 36% from the field. Nowitzki once again hits it. He's got a game-high 11 points for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, see, they're playing him at center right now, so they're forcing Weber to guard him, and that matchup goes in favor of Nowitzki.
Sacramento 34% from the field to begin the game. This match here with Weber picked up by Nash, who crashes to the floor. Bibby for 3.
Chris Weber's bounce passing behind his back, between his legs, over his shoulder. He's wheeling and dealing right now.
The Kings have led by 3. Dallas is led by as many as 4. Nash to Finley, picked up by Bibby. And there's the call, and there's the foul on Michael Finley of Dallas.
And Michael Finley's very frustrated. He's only gotten 2 shots at the basket. He's 0 for 2. Remember, we talked about game 1. He was 4 of 13. This guy's the soul of their team. Struggling to get.
You're often described, obviously, as a spark plug for this team, but it seems like a number of your guys are determined to not make that a liability, that they're picking up the role that you're not able to play.
Most definitely. I think everybody has to step up and play their game throughout the series, but throughout the playoffs. And if we can get everybody, step up and do the little things, then we're going to be fine.
All right, Bobby, thank you. Appreciate your time. Let's go back to Kevin.
All right, Pam, thank you. Antoine Walker is back in the game for the Dallas Mavericks. There was a foul called on Darius Sangala for the Kings. And Dirk Nowitzki, who is trying to penetrate, he is shooting outside. He has so many facets to his game, is at the free throw line.
Well, you know, Kevin, when you look at Sacramento, they're not a good shot blocking team. They're the bottom, 3 or 4 teams in the league. So when I talked to Don Nelson before the game, he said, we have to make a conscious effort to drive more to the basket and get to the free throw line because we're such a good free throw shooting team. Nowitzki shot 4 free throws in game 1. This is his 5th free throw of the game already. He's made a conscious effort. The team has. What it also does, it slows the game down. Now you can get back and get your defense set. So get to the free throw line, then you can get back, get in your zones, and play your multiple defenses that you like to play.
How do you think Dallas is doing trying to stop the easy baskets for Sacramento tonight so far?
Well, I think they're doing a very good job. The shots are being contested, and right now Sacramento's shooting about 37%.
Inside, it's a point-blank range shot for Miller, and he can't get it. And here comes Walker, and it's off to Steve Nash, and he flies the other way, meets the defense of Stojakovic, back in for the Kings. Finley for 3, and he is crucial for Dallas tonight.
He is the one guy on this team who has gone through this franchise when they were at their lowest point. He was here for all the losses. He played 36, 38, 40 minutes a night. He's enjoying this more than anybody else. That's why he feels so badly when he struggles.
Dallas has their biggest lead. Peeler to Miller. Antoine Walker. Intercepted by Peeler and picked up by Bibby, who goes into Nash, and a foul on Steve Nash. Nash, number 1.
Dallas is the best in the league at taking care of the basketball. With all the running they do, they turn it over only 12 times a game. We've already seen here early in the game a couple turnovers that have led to the ability to get out and run. I thought it was the difference in the 4th quarter, Kevin. The turnovers that Dallas made, Sacramento took advantage of it and really broke the game open.
Stojakovic inside with Jamison back in the game for Dallas. Sacramento 2 of 8 shooting threes. Peeler, Jamison was on him. A 3 by Peeler, barely grazes the rim.
See, there were 17 seconds on the clock. That's a bad shot. And you can get a better shot than that.
Nash. Dirk Nowitzki once again capitalizing with the game-high 15 points.
Well, Dallas right now is forcing Sacramento to shoot under 40%. Sacramento shot 53% on Sunday. That's the big difference in the game right now.
And it's Weber grinding inside. Nowitzki got a hand on it. Jamison tries to get it. And Nowitzki digs it out. Here come the Mavs, running again in mid-strike. Walker from Nash, and a foul. And down goes Antoine Walker. Peeler picks up the foul, number 1 on AP.
Which is amazing. And we're going to go down to Memphis, and we're going to see the first ever playoff game played down there. The possibility Hubie Brown could be picking up the trophy for Coach of the Year. I mean, the San Antonio Spurs defending champions in town. What a night it's going to be for us in Memphis.
Sacramento has never trailed by this many in this very short series so far to the Dallas Mavericks. But right now, Dallas leads by 7. The Kings have led by as many as 3. Out there, Christie, Bibby, Stojakovic, Miller. And Chris Webber with the ball, working on Antoine Walker. Inside, Nowitzki trying to help, and rolling across, no good with the foul. And out there for Dallas, they got the aforementioned Walker with Nash, Nowitzki, Jamison, and Michael Finley.
Well, Chris Webber just taking his time, and he's too strong for Antoine Walker. Chris Webber, you don't realize, probably goes about 260 pounds, a nice little pump fake, and it's going to be important now for Chris Webber to make his free throws. Went through 1 year where did not shoot him well, and late in the game did not want to get fouled and go to the free throw line in the 4th quarter. So with him handling the ball so much with the game on the line, very important for him to be able to make his free throws.
Antoine Walker picked up his first foul, and you're right, Webber now tonight 4 of 5 and 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Great luxury for a coach when your best player has the ball at the end of the games and he can make free throws.
Dallas from the line 9 of 11 as a team. Sacramento 5 of 6. These are the 2 top free throw shooting teams, as Doug said earlier, in the NBA. Nash. What a great battle, and we've been looking forward to this one. He and Bibby, a miss, knocked away by Jamison, right back to Bibby. And Mike Bibby the other way, getting clogged up with Nash, who's backpedaling and felt that he was not the guilty party, and Steve Nash picks up his second personal foul.
Well, Steve Nash felt that Mike Bibby just bobbled the ball, which he did, and actually walked before the foul was committed. So, I mean, the bobble occurred. Mike Bibby was falling forward, and then he was clipped on the foot or in the leg by Steve Nash. I thought that should have been a play on.
In this game, led by the Dallas Mavericks 36-31. We've had 11 lead changes and 7 ties. And here comes Christie finding Weber. Sacramento is only 3 of 13 shooting from the field in this quarter. Mike Bibby.
It's 9 assists now for Chris Webber. He almost has double-figure assists. The team only has 12. He has 9 of them.
Nash missing. When you asked before the game, and the people here in Sacramento asking before the game, can Weber put 2 good games together? And it looks like so far he's on that same track with Christie putting up a 3. Weber got a hand on it inside. Volleyball to Jamison. Nash, Nowitzki, great catch, great fit. Christie blows by in 2.
Well, they released the jump on the jump shot. Nowitzki just ran at the shooter and released. Somebody's got to rotate back. You got to always protect the backcourt. Normally, that's the job of your point guard.
Nowitzki with the game-high 17. And with Weber inside, he leads all in rebounding with 10 and now 9 points, and he's just a couple of notches away from a triple-double. We're not even at halftime, and Nash hitting a mid-range jump shot for the Mavericks right there.
Well, again, Chris Webber is keeping his team in the game right now. You got a lot of guys struggling. Page is struggling to score. Mike Bibby, and Webber has been the guy to just keep his team close to Dallas right now.
Webber tried to throw a pass inside to Miller. And that is out of bounds and off of Sacramento. The turnovers in the game. 6 for the Mavs and 5 for the Kings. Foul trouble. No one really in foul trouble for either team. 2 for a couple players. That's about it. As you take a look at Rick Adelman.
You know, an interesting number right now, too, Kevin. In game 1, Sacramento won the fast break game 13-7. Early offense, they were +6. Tonight, it's 10-2 in favor of Dallas. So Dallas now getting the opportunities to get out and run. So that area has been flipped in the favor of the Dallas Mavericks.
Doug, I know coming into tonight, you were looking for the team that would make more extra passes. Any feel for who's doing that better tonight? Nash inside. It's a pretty good pass by Nash. Daniels couldn't hit. Here comes Christie.
Sacramento's making the extra pass. They're missing shots that they made on Sunday. That's the difference in this game right now.
Christie. And attacking the basket was crucial for the Kings tonight.
Well, that's his father right there. Very happy with DC, as they call him here in Sacramento. Maybe came off his best ever game on Sunday, especially a game that meant so much.
Nash knocked away. Weber is all over this floor. Bibby from Stojakovic and held by Nash. Look at that. Christie. Chris Webber has played about as good a first half as maybe he has played his entire career. Look at him here.
Well, they're just taking advantage of mismatches. Dallas gets caught in a lot of situations where they have smaller guys playing bigs. And what Sacramento's doing, they're throwing that ball inside every possession.
Chris Webber already has a double-double. Finley for 3. Rebound by Christie. Webber with 10 points and 10 rebounds. And 9 assists. Bibby for 3.
Strong to the basket. The help coming from the top side. Michael Finley letting Webber go baseline. No help there in the score. The swinging of the ball, the extra pass. The Bibby 3. 7 down to 2 up. 13-4 run as we end this period. And right now, Dallas has got to find a way to get a score here. This is a building, when you play here, that you have to use your timeouts, you have to use everything possible to try to keep this crowd quiet. This is one of the best crowds in the league, and this team feeds off their home crowd as well as anybody in the NBA. That's why it's such a tough place to play.
Scott Williams will check in for the first time off Don Nelson's bench. For Dallas, both teams are shooting 40% from the field. Both teams have 22 rebounds. Mavericks have led by 7. The Kings have led by 3 in a game that has had 12 lead changes and 7 ties. Final 2 minutes of the first half, and it's been a beauty. Michael Finley has struggled shooting from the field, and Williams picked off waivers mid-season, missing right in front.
See, I like when you come into the game, you catch the ball the first time, you make a pass or whatever. Scott Williams just checked in. The first time he catches it, he shoots it. I think it's very difficult when you've been sitting over there that long, especially when you're a little older. I think you got to get yourself involved in the game. A little bit of a sweat.
The Kings have hit 4 consecutive shots. Weber has been sensational tonight. Rebound tapped by Peeler, right back to Christie, and a fresh 24. Anthony Peeler slashing inside the rim.
Every time Weber dunks the ball, this crowd gets so excited. They feel like when they see him dunk it, he's getting his legs back.
And has there been a more maligned King over the last couple months?
Well, there's no question. I mean, he's a franchise player. He's making $126 million. That's what's going to happen.
Nice move by Scott Williams. Rebound by Doug Christie. Here comes Peja Stojakovic, 2 of 10. The #1 3-point shooter in the NBA, Anthony Peeler fanning from 3. Josh Howard, the rookie, with the rebound. And approaching 50 seconds to play in the first half.
Dallas needs something good going in here. Right now, they're in a little bit of a lull. They need a big basket.
Maybe Michael Finley will provide it, and does! Puts it down. Michael Finley is 2 of 5 with 6 points.
Well, they've survived a little bit of a surge. They get a stop. They got a chance to either come down and get a 2 and tie, or maybe get a 3 and he go in with a lead. Don Nelson would take that right now.
Nowitzki, 17, leads all scorers. 13 from Weber, leading the Kings.
See, the guys are standing, and then this is what you end up with. That's what happens with Weber sometimes. Guys stand around to watch him play. They got to keep moving and cutting.
Sacramento's got a foul to give, a difference of about a second game clock and shot clock. Again, the Kings with a foul to give, and here comes Nash, picked up by Bibby.
Remember, they had the last shot of the quarter in the first quarter and didn't get it off in time.
Screen from Williams. Nash will dance. Wide open, the rookie Howard for 3. Daniels tried to punch it back in, could not. And the Kings, who are down by 7, lead at halftime by 2 in what was a thrilling first half. Dallas had a big lead of 7, 36-29, with about 6 minutes left, and Sacramento closes on a 15-6 run.
Well, they did it with their defense, Kevin. They got some stops. They get out and ran. And again, Chris Weber with his excellent passing. Bibby was able to shake loose and get a score. Doug Christie starting to get more guys involved in the game, and I think Sacramento and Rick Adelman have to feel very good about the way they ended the half.
And the Kings so efficient too, 15 assists and 18 made field goals as we swing it over to Pam Oliver.
All right, Steve Webb catching his breath after a tremendous first half. Chris, tell me, how important was it to be the spark of your team in the first half?
Well, I mean, we're all trying to be the spark, and you know, you don't always have to score to lead the team, so just trying to do a lot of things in a lot of different areas. We know that they're great at adjusting in game 2s. We've lost every game 2 to them, so we need to come out and give them a different look tonight as well.
As you talk about the second half, what do you expect? I mean, do you guys think you have what you need for the second half? You need to get other guys involved.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we definitely do. Page is missing easy shots. I have. A lot of us have, and that's the thing. When you're up 2 and you're missing your shots and you're playing hard, it's still there for you.
All right, thanks for stopping by, Chris. Appreciate it.
Involved in the offense. He only took 5 shots, and he played 20 minutes.
Dallas begins the third quarter with Nash penetrating, Finley outside, Walker, Daniels, and Nowitzki to Dallas 5. Here's Nash across the lane into Antoine Walker with a couple of fakes. Divac is the one to claim it. He's on the floor with Weber, Peja Stojakovic, Christie, and Mike Bibby at the point manning the control.
Well, that's just where size won out. Vlade didn't even leave his feet and actually got a piece of that shot by Antoine Walker.
Bibby to Christie. And the rookie Daniels on him. Here's Dirk Nowitzki with the game-high 17 points. Watching Vlade Divac, who's got 4 and was cracked on the noggin, and a foul called. And it goes on Dirk for the first time.
When you watch Sacramento, they love the left low block. That's where they want to post up their big guys. That's the scoring side of the floor. You see Vlade here get hit in the side of the face. Vlade, one of the great actors in the NBA, also one of the best teammates in the NBA. If I had to choose a guy I wanted on my team, Vlade would be a guy I would love to play with.
He is the soul of the Sacramento Kings. This entire team at 35 years of age, he has a mesmerizing effect on his team, and that's a good sign as Peja Stojakovic nails a jump shot. He now has in the game 6 points. And Christie the other way. Chris Webber, 1 assist away from a triple-double. Oh, nice flip off to Peja for 3.
Uh-oh. 2 of 10 in the first half. He comes out and hits his first 2 shots. They push the lead to 7. Dallas needs a basket here, but you do not want Stojakovic to get those kind of looks if you're the Dallas Mavericks.
Webber has a triple-double. Nash trying to grind his way for 2 and does, and Steve Nash has gone 3 of 8 with 6 points at the point for Dallas.
Oh, the great thing about shooters, they keep shooting. Marquise Daniels cannot help off of Stojakovic. You got to play him as if you are Velcroed to him. Remember, Peja now hit 5 of 10 from the 3-point line in game 1 tonight. 1 of 6. Missed his first 5.
Sacramento's home record this season, 35-7. Stojakovic has hit 3 consecutive shots to begin the second half. A concern to Don Nelson.
Well, those kind of driving layups make those jumpers, that basket, look real big when you get layups as a shooter.
Dallas on the road this year, 16-26. And they go into Antoine Walker, wheeling inside. Stojakovic grabs the loose ball. Here comes Doug Christie. And Peja for 3. Rebound Christie, volleyballs it to Bibby. And with his first career playoff triple-double, Webber fans on the wide-open baseline, 10-footer.
That might have been the easiest open jump shot he's had all game. He hit that one. Don Nelson would have had to take a timeout. He doesn't want this game to slip away. I like this substitution. He's coming in with Eduardo Nahara.
Nash for 2, picked up by Stojakovic.
I think you're going to see Nahara come in for Antoine Walker. Antoine really struggling to fit into this Maverick team.
Some people think Nahara should start.
Well, he brings toughness and energy and defense, and they need some of that right now as Sacramento getting any shot they want around the basket.
Nowitzki alters the shot. Finley for 3. And Finn tonight has gone 2 of 6 with a meager 5 points. They need far more from him.
Well, see, I think when you're not getting shots, you take a shot like that, and within the flow of the game, that's not a good shot against Sacramento on the road when you're down 7.
They go inside. Bibby lost it. Stojakovic has accounted for all 7 points this quarter for the Kings, who lead it by 7, equaling their biggest lead tonight. Dallas, on the other hand, is 1 of 6 shooting from the floor this quarter. It's Nowitzki missing a 3, and Antoine Walker gobbles it in. Nash launching a 3 himself. That's no good. Picked up by Christie.
Well, Dallas ice cold from the perimeter. They're getting some second shot opportunities. They're going to have to weather this. Remember now, Sacramento, Kevin, will go through lulls and let you back in the game. You got to keep playing.
Doug, we've had 102 combined shots taken already by these 2 teams.
103 is on its way.
Here's Webber.
Right there.
And Webber hooks it home. He's got 15. That is a Kings high. It's Walker against Divac.
Boy, Antoine really out of sync. Nice little hustle play where they cannot find the basket.
So Dallas is shooting 33%. The Kings are shooting 41%. And Dallas in this quarter, an unbelievably horrible 1 of 10. Yeah, you got to, if you own this team like Mark Cuban does, you bury your head.
And they ended up, what, missing 5 of the last 6 shots of the quarter. So what, you know, you add that up, and they're in one of those streaks right now that if they can play themselves through this, that they'll be okay. Again, Sacramento, we've seen they'll let you back in the game.
Absolutely. Nowitzki. And he lasers a pass to Finley. The mismatch on Divac. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Here's Nash, and he'll grind his way for 2.
That's what you got to do. Drive the ball inside. Sacramento is not a shot blocking team. Stop shooting all these jump shots. You're struggling. Drive the ball in there. Get a basket. Get to the free throw line. Make something good happen, Kevin.
Sacramento has outscored Dallas to start this quarter 9-4, approaching 7 to play in the third with the triple-double in his pocket. It's the double-team Webber. Nahara in the game, defended well, and Webber gets it back and finds Christie for the triple. Rebound by Nash. Oh my gosh. Divac and Nahara playing twister at the other end. Tumbling over each other as we continue with the Finley wide open 3. Poor Michael Finley.
Right back in the game. That's what I'm saying with Sacramento. We've seen it often. We saw Minnesota down in here in a huge game. and down by 8 going into the fourth quarter, come back and win that game. We're looking at a 2-possession game, and that in this game could happen in about 15 seconds.
The game's leading scorer is Dirk Nowitzki, 17 points, but he has not scored in the second half. Leading scorer for Sacramento with 15 points is Chris Webber. The Kings have led by 9. The Mavericks have led by as many as 7. It's Bibby outside, Nash slipping, and Stojakovic maneuvering and looking for Divac. Knocked away by Nowitzki from behind.
Lottie thought he had a layup there. Nowitzki, remember, he had 5 blocks in game 1.
Sacramento has now missed 6 of their last 7. Michael Finley.
I'm telling you, he is a guy that if he gets it rolling, this team really responds. He's a guy that has been through so much of this organization. And when he gets it cooking, he can put points on the board in a hurry.
Finley's got 10. He had 9 in game 1. A 7-0 Dallas lead. Christie tries to get on the board and cannot. And out of bounds it goes. A loose ball foul. And it goes on Vlade Divac. Rebounding in the game, the Kings are +2. Divac picks up his second.
See, I like Eduardo Najera in the game. He throws himself around in there. He'll take hard fouls. He'll go to the offensive boards. Plus, he doesn't have to score. He'll set screens.
Here's Nash. Finley again. Rebound by Stojakovic. We've had 12 lead changes and 7 ties in this game so far. Bibby out there with Divac, Christie, Webber with the jump shot, trying to bank it in. Stojakovic is the 5th member of the Kings, and the Dallas Mavericks out there with Finley, Nowitzki, Daniels, Najera, and Nash being helped off and scraped off the floor here in Sacramento.
Well, Vlade once again in the center of the action as he falls over the top of Steve Nash. Kevin, we talk about Michael Finley. One of the areas that I'd like to see him really be better in, and for some reason in his career he's not done this much, but he doesn't get to the free throw line. This year on the regular season he took 373s, only 193 free throws. I think he should get to the free throw line more.
Nowitzki trying to get 2 here. He has not scored in the second half. A rebound by Christie, who is all over the floor with 9 points and 9 rebounds. And 2 assists for Doug Christie. He is truly an X-factor. Bibby to Chris Webber. Daniels snaring the rebound for Dallas. And out of Auburn, Marquise Daniels flies inside and is fouled as he goes to the rack.
This young guy is fearless. He just kept his dribble, and the rule of thumb is you do not pick up your dribble until somebody stops the basketball. He's under control. Nobody's stopping the ball. Christie fakes at him. He takes the ball right to the basket. As a defensive guy, someone's got to stop the point of the basketball. Nobody did. They did what you're supposed to do. Just keep driving it in there and get the foul.
Webber picks up his second. And the only guy in the game with 3 fouls right now is Divac with the 3. As you take a look at undrafted Marquise Daniels.
See, Don Nelson has never in his life played rookies this much. I mean, he has tremendous trust in Marquise Daniels and Josh Howard.
Mavericks from the line, 11 of 13. Kings from the line, 5 of 6. We're tied at 53. Nice rejection by Nowitzki, who thought he had all ball inside. And a foul on Dirk, who's got his first. How do you survey his defense now from last year and the year before that? Is he improving in that category?
I think
you've answered it right.
I tell you what he is. He's a very good defensive rebounder. He had 13 defensive rebounds in game 1. He's obviously shown that he can block shots. He had 5 in game 1, and he's had some nice shot blocks tonight. He just is not a guy that is ever going to be a defensive stopper. That's not who he's going to be.
He is what he is.
You know, it's like Peja Stojakovic. But I tell you what, he will punish you on the other end. And what he will do, I think if he played with a guy who could protect him at the basket, he would become a better defender, but he doesn't have anybody like that behind him.
Those free throws breaking 9-0 run by Dallas. So the Kings by 2. Nowitzki finding Nash, and Nash tonight 4 of 11. Daniels.
Well, this building got quiet, didn't it?
Yep.
I mean, the Kings had them on their heels And Dallas has just hung tough.
We're tied again, 55. Sacramento has not scored from the field in 4 minutes and counting. Stojakovic.
Where's Brad Miller? They need Brad Miller.
He was poor in game one. Here he drives inside into the defense of Nowitzki. Got a hand on it. Another try and a whistle and a Dallas foul. In game one, Brad Miller, 1 of 3, 2 points and 6 rebounds. This is an all-star center who is struggling in this series. The foul there against Eduardo Najera and Miller at the line.
Well, he's struggling because of the matchup problems. It's tough for him to guard anybody out on the floor. And if he's not being successful punishing guys inside, then Rick Adelman's going to take him out of the game.
Folks, a reminder, all the playoff drama continues tomorrow on TNT as the Pistons take on the Bucks and the Timberwolves host the Nuggets in pivotal Game 2s. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern, also on NBA TV, New Orleans and Miami. We'll be winging our way to Memphis for a big game Thursday night.
I'm on that Kevin Harlan World Victory Tour right now throughout America.
We're traveling the country.
We're traveling.
Here's Nash. Through traffic and sprints for 2.
See, this game changed when Steve Nash drove in and got 2 layups. That's his 3rd layup this period. And what he's doing right now is probing that defense, getting inside, and Sacramento has no answer.
Here's Weber. Maybe Bibby will answer with a 3. Cannot. Rebound by Chris Weber. He collects his 13th rebound with a series of dinks and moves inside. And still can't get it to go. And now they have missed 9 shots at the Kings. Nowitzki. And he still has not scored in the second half. And we're under 3 to play in the 3rd.
That's a great pass by Michael Finland. You can see Brad Miller could not get up to guard him on that jump shot. I think they got to give Brad Miller some touches inside. Make Nowitzki play him around the basket.
5 minutes and counting, and Sacramento has not scored from the field. Here's Miller and Weber again. Najera in there. And Doug, you mentioned Najera's aggressive grip defensively. And Weber is down.
Well, look at the foul that he took. I mean, that changes the whole temperament of the series.
You make him think, exactly.
You know, I'm not saying you do anything dirty ever. I mean, that's not what this game is ever about. I never would promote something like that. Hard fouls are going to get you thinking. You see Najera, he's in a bad position. He goes up strong. He takes the foul. That's his 2nd foul. But he can use 6 fouls.
Sacramento deficit of a point. Dallas on top, 57-56. Point guard play. You've been watching this matchup all night long.
Well, at halftime, Mike Bibby was winning that battle pretty good at 10-4, and now Steve Nash has come out, actually 12-4. Steve Nash has come out and scored 6 points here in this 3rd period, so he has really helped his team. But interestingly enough, when Don Nelson put Eduardo Najera in the game at the 7:38 mark, Sacramento was up 53-44. Since then, Dallas has gone on a 13-3 run. Now, has he done anything spectacular? No, probably hasn't got 1 or 2 rebounds, taken a couple hard fouls, but his presence has helped energize his teammates. And that's what you do. You bring a guy in like that to change the rhythm of the game, and that's what Don Nelson's done, and this young guy's done a nice job.
10th tie, 13 lead changes. Kings have led by 9. Mavericks have led by as many as 7. And here comes Marquise Daniels working on Peja Stojakovic with the shot clock at 9. And now Miller comes out on him. Peja with the knockaway. Miller throws it back down to Peja with a foul on Dallas, which slows up that fast break. Tied at 57. Pam, what do you have?
All right, Kevin, Rick Adelman in the huddle there, he employed the Kings to just start making those shots. He wants them to spread the court and make some back cuts. He also says we've got to fill in the lane. We can't let Nash run free down the middle.
Daniels just picked up a personal foul, and now he's got 2. That was the first turnover by Dallas in this quarter. Turnovers in the game, 8 for the Mavericks and 6 for the Kings.
Well, you know, Dallas, again, leads the league in fewest turnovers at right at 12. But see, the thing about Dallas, they're not going to have a lot of turnovers, Kevin, because they quick shoot the basketball. They have guys, they get it down the floor, and they don't make 5-6 passes during the possession. They'll get down 1 or 2 passes and shoot it, so they're not a high turnover team. A lot they take care of the ball. Secondly, they quick shoot it.
3-point shooting in this game. Dallas 2 of 13. Sacramento 4 of 16. A combined 20% for these 2 teams. Alley-oop Daniels from Nash, and Miller is there to vacuum it in, keeping his balance with under 2 to play. Remember, Dallas has been struggling at the end of quarters tonight.
That's a good point.
Sacramento has not hit from the field in 6 minutes, and there's an offensive foul, and Brad Miller again picks it up.
Yeah, he's really struggling against Dallas. That's his third foul. Has not gotten in any kind of rhythm. Remember, in game 1, he played 20 minutes, only had 1 field goal, did have 6 rebounds, 3 assists, but he got 4 quick fouls. Really had no factor in that game. So he was a big part of the success of his team, especially when Weber was hurt.
Both teams are shooting 36% from the field for the game. Michael Finley has caught a little bit of fire here in this third quarter. Daniels again. Nahara battling with Miller, and a missed shot, which is picked up by Christie, who gets it to Miller. And the rebounding advantage is 5 for the Kings, plus 5 Sacramento in rebounding. Sacramento, with that possession, had gone in, missing 9 consecutive shots. They throw that away for another turnover.
Again, the longer the game goes, with it being this close, the greater opportunity Dallas has to steal this game on the road. If they can make it a 12-minute game and have 4 or 5 minutes where they can make that little surge they like to make, you can steal a kind of game. So as the game gets shorter, it's a greater opportunity for the road game, for the road team, Kevin, to break through.
Antoine Jamison has come in. He had a very good point. But defense, as you know, Doug, wins on the road. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of defense right now. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And you were looking for that segment with the quick foul on the perimeter. That goes on Brad Miller. You were looking in this game for a spurt, a 5-minute segment of good, sound defense that could dictate the entire game. It has not come upon us, I'm assuming, yet.
Well, you saw the little spurt they had, though. I mean, Sacramento right now is stuck. They haven't scored much. They were up by 9. Now they're up by 2. And what's happened with Sacramento, you look at them, Dallas is shooting 35% and only down by 2. That's amazing.
Nash, Michael Finley, Christie was there defensively, then Weber picks it up, and Nowitzki tried to catch it. Weber with the quick outlet, 2-on-1, Christie to Bibby. Knocked away by Jamison, who is making his playoff debut. And Sacramento will inbound with 52 seconds to play in the third quarter, and a foul called on Jamison. That is his second.
Well, Antoine Jamison now in game 1 came off the bench, played 20 minutes, was 7 of 10, had 18 points in 20 minutes. Tonight in the first half, he played 8 minutes and did not have a point. So he's sort of been the forgotten guy here tonight. I think Don Nelson says, look, we've got enough offense. We've got to find some guys out there who are going to guard. So he's gone to Eduardo Nahara tonight in some minutes that Jamison got the other night. Played Scott Williams some minutes tonight. So he's going to a couple guys that didn't play much to try to find some defense. And look at the score, and it's a 4-point game. So they're right here.
Darius Songaila has come back in the game for the Sacramento Kings. Nash to Josh Howard. No fouls to give either way. Nowitzki, who has still not scored until that shot right there in the second half. And it comes with 38.2 to play in the third. Stojakovic picks up his first foul, and Nowitzki has a game-high 19 points.
And this is a 7-footer coming off a baseline screen, curling into that shooting pocket and hitting that jump shot. So you want to know why he's such a nightmare of a matchup. Many guys can guard a guy like that coming off screens. Big 3-point play to cut this lead back to 1. So once again, Dallas has an answer when it looks like Sacramento's trying to make a push.
Nowitzki now with 20 at 32 in game 1. Mike Bibby. Sacramento has not scored from the field in over 7 minutes. Divac into Nahara. Look at his relentless defense for Dallas. And Nahara digs it out. And the clock at 10 seconds. Nash. And this for the lead from Jamison. And Sacramento, who led by 2 at the end of 1, led.
Well, Kevin, he started out the third period. He had 7 points early.
We don't care about the other guy. Somebody back behind has to pick him up.
That's Del Harris saying, look, we've got to get to Stojakovic. Somebody's got to help out. Somebody from behind has got to step up. You see now Nahara steps up. He shadows him. Chases him off the shot. Looking to help all the time. So after the first 7th of help, they did a nice job, and they got themselves back in the game.
We begin the fourth quarter out there with Peeler and Christie, Divac, Sangaila, and Peja Stojakovic. Divac. And Nowitzki on him. Doug Christie, who's been quiet in the second half. Christie 4 of 10, 9 points, 11 rebounds. Here he comes again, attacking the basket.
Every rebound is critical. Now in the fourth period, Dallas got to stop. They didn't get the rebound. Sacramento gets the score. Every possession now vital. If you're going to break through and win here tonight, you got to play a terrific fourth period.
That's a foul on Nash. That basket by the Kings broke an 8.5-minute drought back to the third quarter. Third foul is put on Steve Nash.
Now remember, game one, Sacramento was up 1 at the end of 3. They went on a quick spurt like they're trying to do here with some steals and some forced turnovers. They won the quarter 30-20 to win going away by 11. Right now, Dallas has got to dig in. This is tough playing right here.
Dallas with Jamison, Nahara. They've got Howard out there with Nowitzki and Nash. That sets up the lineup for both teams. So they rest Bibby. They've got Peeler in there, and he's almost interchangeable at the point with Christie.
Well, you got Stojakovic playing as a small forward, actually, but he's guarding Nowitzki.
Right. Steve Nash tonight, 5 of 12. And on the fly, Jamison. Picked up by Peeler, losing it to Nahara. And Josh Howard, the rookie from Wake Forest.
Well, makeable shots right now. Both teams have missed some very easy shots, very uncharacteristic. These two are the better shooting teams in the league. But Peeler wide open in the corner, they missed him.
Divac again, backing his way with his 4 points. Picked away by Dirk Nowitzki. And Nash racing the other way. Peeler with the defense. And they reset their offense.
This is where he's at his best right here, breaking the defense down.
Nowitzki. And rolls it in.
See what Nowitzki's doing now with Stojakovic is he's taking him in the post, so when he catches the ball, he can just turn and shoot it. The other night, he got caught out on the perimeter. Stojakovic got into his body. As a result, he only had 1 field goal in the fourth period. So if they're going to put Stojakovic, he'll make a shot.
1 field goal the last 10 minutes. They've missed 11 of 12 shots from the floor.
I talked about, they have the ability. You got to keep playing against them. They will go through stretches as good as they shoot the ball where they'll have lulls, and that's what's happened right now.
Peeler with Nash falling and a foul, and that goes on Vlade Divac down low, and he's called for his 4th personal foul.
Let's keep our eye now on the matchups. Stojakovic in the game. See if he stays with Nowitzki, or who they're going to put on Nowitzki. It's going to be critical. Right now they have Weber playing him, so look for Nowitzki to try to take him out on the perimeter, square him up, because Chris does not have the mobility to play against him.
Sacramento has turned it over 3 times so far in this fourth quarter. Here comes Nash over Christie. Rebound, Nahara gobbles it up and puts it in, and he gives Dallas a 1-point lead.
His energy and toughness have changed this game.
Josh Howard is in with Nahara, Nowitzki, Finley, and Nash for Dallas. And there is a foul on Nahara, number 3.
Energy, effort, toughness, all the little things you have to have in a playoff game. Coming up with loose balls, extra shot opportunities, taking the charge, taking the hard foul. Sometimes you just got to give yourself up.
Divac leads, Bibby comes in, and like we saw in game 1, Sacramento going small. As Weber tries to save it and out of bounds and off of Dallas. Now they did this effectively in game 1 with this small lineup that Rick Adelman puts on the floor.
Well, Sacramento's small lineup played better than Dallas's small lineup in game 1. We'll see if it happens in game 2. But in essence, what's happened now is Rick Adelman is matching to Don Nelson. So he's gone small to match with Don Nelson going small. Let's see who gets the advantage in that battle. Bibby
around to screen the mismatch on Nowitzki and fires, and a rebound by Howard. The shooting in the game, Sacramento 35%, Dallas 36%.
Stojakovic in the post, just go right up and shoot right over the top.
Nowitzki, and what do you like about where he's placing his body for his shots now?
Well, what you do is you got a smaller player on you, you post. You got a bigger player on you, take him on in the perimeter. You got to know who's guarding you.
Anthony Peeler. Inside to Weber, who's been cold in the second half, and down he goes and wants a timeout. They call a jump ball.
So you can see right there the lack of mobility in Chris Weber. You know, if he's got two healthy legs there, when he gets that little stumble, he does not fall. But when he sort of trips, he just goes right down, which tells you he does not have the strength and flexibility in his leg. Watch now as he comes across there. Watch how, as he just stumbles there, you see how easily he falls. When you see a player fall that easily, normally they don't have their legs. And Chris, does not have the strength. But I will tell you, he's out competing for his team.
Physically doesn't have the strength, and mentally probably doesn't have the confidence in those legs, and especially that knee. Sacramento's hit one from the field in the last 11.5 minutes. Missing again. Hard rebound, ripped off by Finley, then loses the ball as he lost his balance.
Sacramento is looking around right now. They're in one of those periods. You got to play yourself through it. You can't look around at the coach right now. You got to get yourselves together. This is a team that's done a lot of good things here in Sacramento the last few years in the playoffs. They just got to play themselves through this.
Kings +3 in rebounding as Weber takes it inside. Drilling Nahara, and a foul called on Eduardo Nahara, number 4 on him. 8:26 to play. Dallas by 3. Let's go to Pam Oliver.
Hey, Kevin, Antoine Jamison had to leave the court. I saw him outside of the locker room riding a stationary bike. The Mavs tell me that both of his hamstrings are tight, that he is in the locker room now trying to get those stretched out. They're not sure if he's going to come back, though. Back to you.
Well, Pam, that's a great report, because I was wondering why Jamison was struggling so much tonight after having such a good first game. You see the referees now getting together, Steve Javie and Blaine Reichel, and telling both Nahara and Weber, look, let's watch what we got going here. And it's really Nahara who's creating this contact right now, and that's what he's in there to do. As long as he doesn't do anything flagrant or dirty, then he's doing his job. Make guys make free throws. We talked about the importance of Chris Weber making his free throws late in the game, but I mean, if you can irritate your opponent within the rules, that's what you're supposed to do.
Well, that's the exact element this series needs. We've got all kinds of offense. We need a guy to get in there and start punching guys.
Well, not punching, Coach.
I'm using that as
I know you are. I know you are. I don't want anybody to think that that's what you mean.
Make it like a football game.
There you go. There you go.
Here comes Nash. And down the lane, and with Peeler defending, a Sacramento foul. And they're going to put that on Mike Bibby, who is reaching in. And he's got 2 for the Sacramento Kings with 8:15 to play in the game.
Steve Nash is getting in the lane anytime he wants to right now. If that's going to be the case, you're going to see open jump shots or layups for Dallas. They got to control his penetrating dribble.
3-point shooting for the Mavericks tonight. They've gone 2 of 14. Nash launching a 3. And chased and retrieved by Stojakovic. The Kings have gone 4 of 17 shooting threes tonight. But Sacramento has 1 field goal in the last 12 minutes. Right inside, Christie couldn't make it go. Nowitzki, Nash, Nahara the screen, Steve Nash. And a rebound by the hustling Howard. And keeps it alive with under 8 to play in regulation. Nash and a whistle. Christie picks up number 2 for the Sacramento Kings.
How about all of a sudden the sense of urgency in this game? The team, whoever wins this game takes control of the series.
Nash. And kicks it out. Nahara flips it to Finley. And a rebound by Nahara taken away by Stojakovic, and the Kings want to run a little bit. Sacramento has missed 14 of their last 15 shots.
Last 2 seasons, Dallas has found a way to win game 2. Will they make it 3 in a row?
Can a road team finally win in the playoffs? For 3, Christie. Rebound, Nahara.
I tell you, Dallas is playing terrific defense right now. I don't know what Don Nelson has said to his team, but the personnel he has in there right now is doing a nice job. No points in the paint.
It's Nowitzki bumped by Peja Stojakovic, who picks up the foul, and Peja's got his second. Can you believe we have the 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA? We're almost halfway through the 4th and final period, and we've only got a 66-64 game.
Well, the interesting thing is the sense of urgency jumps on top of you. If you're Sacramento, you go, look, we win this game, we're up 2-0. It becomes a best-of-5 series, and all we have to do is win 2 of them. If you're Dallas, you see Nowitzki knock in the free throw, you say, look, if we win this game, the series goes 1-1. And guess what? we got 3 games in our building, and we're 36-5 at home, the best home record in the NBA. And they have the kind of crowd at American Airlines Arena that they are going to face here tonight. So they have a great home crowd. So this is such a vital game for both teams.
Dallas has outscored Sacramento in this quarter 8-3. We're under 7 to play. Christie, Weber, and cross court. Peja Stojakovic, 5 of 14, 5 of 15. And the cold streak continues for the Sacramento Kings, who trail by 4. Finley for 3. Put back up and in by Howard. Off the rim and taken by Weber. Where Howard jumped high and got in there but couldn't make it go. And Anthony Peeler attacking the basket and finds 2.
That's the first time they've scored in the paint this entire period. Remember, 50 points in the paint in game 1 tonight, 32.
Nash to Nahara. It's 70-66. Halfway through the 4th.
How about you think about this? So you've got Antoine Jameson and Antoine Walker, franchise players in terms of money, and Nahara might be the guy who turns this game around for you.
It's Peeler again. Rejected by Howard. Getting up high and slaps it out of bounds.
Who is going to step up here for Sacramento and make some big baskets? Will it be Mike Bibby?
That's off Dallas and out of bounds with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Brad Miller is back in with 4 fouls. Weber, Christie, Stojakovic, and Bibby, the Sacramento 5.
Watch either Weber or Miller stepping back here and shooting the little jump shot.
Weber, who's been cold in the second half after getting the triple-double to start the game. Bibby for 3.
Mike Bibby is their big game shooter. Now you talk about Weber's presence, you talk about Stojakovic, but in the playoffs the 1 year, the guy who made all the big shots was Mike Bibby.
Howard, Finley, Nahara, Nowitzki, and Nash. Nash somehow gets free and puts it up on the fly, 72-69.
Oh, great patience, too. Brad Miller was showing on that screen. Steve Nash just took his time.
Bibby. Nahara defending and out of bounds off Weber and off of Sacramento. In this series, we are in game 2. Best of 7 first round Western Conference playoff. In game 1, Sacramento won by 11 points. We've had a triple-double in this game. The leading scorer with 26, Dallas's Dirk Nowitzki. In this game, Dallas has led by 7. The Kings have led by 9. Right now, the Kings on defense and trailing by 3. Finley, Nash gets by Weber, or rather by Miller, and takes it inside, and Nahara can't put it back in, and the Kings break it again.
We are set up for a sensational finish.
Bibby inside with a great pass.
I tell you, Mike Bibby's their guy, Kevin. He's their guy.
Brad Miller with the great pass at the other end, and defense. So he's had a good series, and Bibby inside to Weber. To win is tonight the breakthrough game. Here comes Nash, who finds Howard, and off to Nowitzki, picked up by Chris Weber. The shot clock is at 10, and Nowitzki again. He has a game-high 26. It did not hit the rim, so the shot clock is at 4, and Nahara to Howard for 3. Shot clock violation.
How about the defense? These are the 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA. 73-72, 3:49 to go in the game.
Here comes Mike Bibby, 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in 39 minutes. Weber's got the triple-double. Nahara is on him. Stojakovic with 13. Launching a 3. Nash with the rebound. Dallas has missed their last 5 from the field.
Watch Nowitzki, your screen roll popping out.
Nash, Nowitzki, what a pass by Steve Nash.
One of the toughest combinations to guard in the league. Nowitzki, Nash, screen roll. That's their bread and butter play.
Nowitzki with 8 in the quarter and 28 a game high. Bibby flies inside. They blow the whistle as he was entering the arc, and a foul called, and this is on Dirk Nowitzki, who picks up number 2.
Chris Webber slow getting over on defense. You've got to recognize away from the basketball. Here's that little drag screen in transition they love to run. Chris Webber asleep on the weak side. You've got to get over and protect the basket.
It's Bibby for 3. What a shot! Right between the eyes. Mike Bibby has got 22, a Sacramento high. How in the world did he make that shot go in? Buried in the corner. Daniels can't hold it. The rookie fumbles it away.
Bibby's got the matchup here on Nahara. He can penetrate and pull up and shoot the little jumper.
Bibby inside into Nowitzki. Miller tries to free it. Nash and Webber go fighting for the ball into the corner and out of bounds and off Sacramento. The shooting, the Kings 35%. The Mavericks 34%.
Well, Chris Webber's not thinking about that sore knee right here. The ball is loose. You can see him flying into the crowd. Understanding the importance of this game, the winner takes, I think, control of the series.
Here's Nowitzki. Marquise Daniels. Bibby is on. And Daniels fighting with Webber, and a foul inside. It's on Chris Webber of Sacramento. And he's got 3 with 2:20 to play in regulation.
Even though these are 2 great free throw shooting teams, Kevin, the rule of thumb now at 2:20 to go, you can't give up layups. You got to take the foul, and you got to make guys make free throws under pressure.
Speaking of free throws, Dallas 14 of 16, and the Kings 14 of 18, the 2 top free throw shooting teams in the NBA. Nowitzki, Webber with the defense, and the shot clock at 13 for Steve Nash. And a Sacramento foul.
Now the importance of getting into that penalty. 2 free throws for Steve Nash. Has a chance to tie this game.
Christie picks up his 3rd. Nash at the free throw line. He is the 2nd best free throw shooter this season in the NBA.
That's what I'm talking about. You got to take the foul, Coach. And you can't give up layups. Even under pressure, the greatest players miss shots.
Tomorrow night, game 2, Bucks against the Pistons, Nuggets and Wolves, Hornets and Heat on NBA TV. 1-point game and approaching 2 to play.
Stojakovic and Bibby offensively right now for the Kings.
Christie to Webber with 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists. Miller with a fake, and Nowitzki collapses into him. And Dirk picks up his 3rd.
Now, Brad Miller is a good free throw shooter for a big man. He shoots it at about 78%. But I've not seen the confidence in him tonight. I look at his face out there. It's going to be interesting if he can gather himself and step up and make these free throws. Playing right now, not with that same verve, elan that he had early in the season.
Miller gives Sacramento a 2-point lead. Inside the NBA is waiting in Atlanta, and they'll take you through a busy night in the NBA playoffs. Miller again. Nowitzki the rebound. He's got 10 rebounds and 28 points.
That's a big miss because Dallas is a good three-point shooting team, so a 3 gives them the lead.
Nowitzki for the tie. And picked up Nahara. Volleyballs it back out to Nash. And inside, wide open is... They're going to give it to Marquise Daniels. And he now has 13. Nahara was in there as well.
What a pass. Left-handed off the dribble to Marquise Daniels. How about trusting that young rookie?
Tied at 77. Bibby into Nash, and Sacramento reclaims the lead.
Right now, if you're going to go to the basket, you better go strong because the officials are going to make you earn every field goal.
Mike Bibby's got 24 in the game. Nash for the tie. Nahara rips it off the iron. And Dirk Nowitzki. Nash. And Daniels slithering inside. And a foul on the Kings with 56.9 to play in regulation. 5 fouls on Brad Miller.
How about the balance by Mike Bibby? Throws the ball off of Nowitzki's leg, and then he leans in to Steve Nash. How about Marquise Daniels? It's draft day. You don't get drafted contested. You think you're shooting 2 free throws with 57 seconds to go to tie this game up and a chance to give your team home court advantage? Wow. He doesn't hear a thing right now. He's got his eyes focused on that target. Look at his eyes, unflappable. He's calm.
He's perfect from the line. He's got a double-double. And this can tie the game.
This is how you earn veterans' respect. Delivering under pressure.
Mike Bibby curling around Nash. And out of bounds off of Dallas with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
You asked me a while ago, is Dirk Nowitzki a good defensive player? You know what he's doing better? He's playing better defense off the basketball. He's got pretty good awareness. That's another block shot.
Shot clock is at 9. Bibby against Nash. And a pass to Miller for the Sacramento lead.
Now that's the Mike Miller we saw early in the year. There was no hesitation there. That was actually excellent defense by Dallas. And Brad Miller hits a huge jump shot.
It's right now.
No hesitation, shot clock winding down. You're going to see it in the background. When this shot goes in, there's like 1 on the clock. Tie the game up.
It's been that kind of game.
Ball back, maybe coming in from out of bounds.
Christie's on Nash. Dirk Nowitzki. Nash.
Well, don't leave him.
This is for the lead. Picked up by Daniels for the tie. Nahara trying to shove it in. It's against Dallas inside.
And Marquise Daniels came up with an incredible offensive rebound. He looked like he got in a hurry. Shooting the shot, going on the way up. You see Mark Cuban looking up, knowing that if they could make these 2 free throws, it would push the lead to a 2-possession game. Nahara over the back. But once again, the rookie Marquise Daniels had an opportunity to tie the game. The Malou brothers are sitting next to me. They're very good friends with Mark Cuban. They own Sacramento. They would love to have bragging rights. You see Gavin there and his brother. They would love to have the bragging rights after this series.
7 of 11 free throws shooting for Weber tonight. His 19-point, 13 rebound, 12 assist display.
Free throw shooting, Kevin, under pressure.
And these are the 2 best free throw shooting teams in the league. Second free throw, no good. Finley the rebound. Dallas with the ball, 18.9. And Mark Cuban's team will have 1 last shot.
Point shooter.
Finley will inbound. And Nowitzki to Finn. Stojakovic is on him. Lost the ball. Stojakovic with the defense. Christie's got it, and a Dallas foul.
You can see the confidence that Don Nelson has in Michael Finley. He's been a guy throughout his career who's made those big shots. Finley loves to go to his left and step back to look for the shot. And you see Stojakovic reaches in and gets a piece of the basketball. Doug Christie, an excellent free throw shooter. Can he put some distance in this game?
In a game which features the 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA, we've seen some very big, unexpected defensive plays by these 2 teams.
Well, as a coach, you challenge your team. You say, look, you know, we're not going to walk in here and win a basketball game if we let the opponent shoot 53% and score 116 points. Dallas has done a lot of wonderful things here tonight. They might just fall a little short if Christie can knock in this free throw.
Christie, 13 points and 12 rebounds. It's a 4-point game with 9.3 to play. It's Nowitzki with the fake on Peeler, launching a 3. Tap in, try no. Miller with the rebound and a Dallas foul. Nope. That's it. Boy, they had him and they didn't call the foul. It doesn't matter. And the Sacramento Kings have won. And the road team in the NBA playoffs, league-wide, still without a win.
And Sacramento finally wins a Game 2 against Dallas in the playoffs. 2-0 lead, big now as they head to Dallas for Game 3.
Let's go to Pam Oliver.
And here's a big reason why that's happened is Mike Bibby. Mike, talk to me just a little bit about you guys overcoming all that controversy, and it looks like you aren't missing a beat in the playoffs, and you're determined to do that.
You know, we had a long talk before the playoffs started. You know, you only get one chance. You know, we're trying to leave it out there on the court every time we come out there. We're fighting for each other. You know, that's the way we've been playing.
Obviously, you, with a heavy heart, must be dedicating a lot of your play to your grandmother.
Yeah, it's all to her. Before I come out there on the court, you know, I point up every time. I know she's out there watching.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.